Hello! Welcome to the video number 3 of the bookmaking process. So far we've gone over layout, reference, research, painting, color study, and this video is a continuation of the painting and what I have been learning so far. But before we get into that, I've heard that having a hook at the beginning of a video is very important for viewing. So, here's my hook. I've looked up the world's best knock-knock joke. So, knock knock. Who's there? Little old lady. Little old lady, oh. And now you have to wait to the end of the video for the punchline. Alright, so I have been jumping around between different watercolor paper and mixed media paper. One of the first paintings I did was this dark interior shot. This was on mixed media paper. I was very impressed with how it came out. I have not painted like this in a while, or maybe ever, with watercolor, and I was very pleased to see I had this in me. There was no problem with it, and perhaps the whole book could be done in this manner. The second painting was done on the same paper, and came out fine, all good. But this third painting I did on Stonehenge watercolor paper, and the colors do seem a touch more bold. I was not sure, so I went back and forth between mixed media and watercolor paper. I was using the mixed media paper for the sake of the pencil, but watercolor paper takes to watercolor better, as you might have expected. The colors are also a little stronger, and the darks seem to get a little darker, and it handles the moist better. Sorry, I shouldn't use the word moist. The wet. It handles the wet better. Who knew? Where was I? These 3 images were painted all at the same time, but on different watercolor paper. Stonehenge, Blick, and Strathmore watercolor paper. They all came out well enough, but my gut says I like the Strathmore more. Because of the texture on the paper, the pencil lines came out a little gritty, but maybe I like the texture right now. In the previous video, I had expressed a concern that the texture on the Strathmore paper was pushing the pencil around a little too much, but it seems I can still get the lines I want, and the colors of the paint and the pencil come out well. The watercolor itself seems fine. It's a slow build-up, sometimes a very, very slow build-up, and I wonder how I did the previous painting. Because of this, I may switch to gouache. My favorite pages so far are done on Strathmore watercolor paper. To get the desired darks, gouache is being used. I can't seem to get too dark with just watercolor, which is fair enough. Watercolor is more translucent and gouache is more opaque. For this big face, I did a base of watercolor, then for the shadow and dark areas, I used gouache. One last note, I would paint and paint and paint, and it would never feel right until I put pencil over it, and then I could see it coming together. My thought is that I wonder if I'm overdoing the coloring. It could be that the color can be quite simple, and the pencil is what brings everything to life. So I may try less paint in the next pages. Sometimes it feels like I'm wasting my time. Like, after one test, should I not know what I like and don't like? But as I was painting the other day, I was thinking about how this is a good experience. And trying the same techniques multiple times and still not knowing how I feel about it is fine, because hopefully each time I paint, I'm learning a little more about the material. Then after gathering many hours of trial, I can make a more specific judgment on the materials and what I should change next. I also need to understand if I'm the problem or if the materials are the problem. Keeping all that in mind, I have a new plan for the next set of paintings. I'm going to switch primarily to gouache instead of watercolor. The hope is I can get my desired colors more quickly, and it might be that I don't need as much painting as I thought I needed. I'll add the pencil lines in sooner to the process to see how that goes. The next paintings will be done on watercolor paper because this seems better for the pop of color and they handle the wet better. The unfortunate news, the pencil that has been being used for the illustration is quickly becoming smaller and smaller. We hope that it will last this project, but if not, there may be a search for a stand-in. These findings are probably not surprising. Watercolor paper works better for watercolor. Wow. But I had to learn it for myself, and you never know until you know. The mixed media paper could have been better. I could not say until I tried it. And just a reminder that this is my art journey, not a tutorial. So if you witness me running around in circles, then that's just my journey, but hopefully there won't be too many circles. Next time, we'll see how the gouache works out. So, oh yes, the knock-knock joke. Let's take it from the top. Knock, knock. Little old lady. I didn't know you could yodel. I'm sorry to report, this is not the world's best knock-knock joke. The unfortunate news is that all knock-knock jokes are terrible, so sorry, that was my hook. But okay, I'll see you next time, and we'll discuss yo mama jokes then. And gouache. Okay, bye.